Hi, I'm Seema Ghosh. I'm currently SBU head in Sun Pharma, handling one of the major portfolios, focusing only on orthopedics. If I look at my past journey, I have done my BTech in chemical engineering from NIT Durgapur. Then I did my MBA from IIM Ahmedabad and I passed out in 2012.
Hi everyone, my name is Siraj. I'm basically a mechanical engineer. Then I did my MBA from IIM Bangalore. I graduated in 2011 from IIM Bangalore.
In 2017, there was an interesting opportunity which came my way where I joined as one of the executive assistants to our founder and managing director, Mr. Dilip Sangvi. So I think from there, my journey with Sun Pharma began.
In Sun Pharma, I joined as executive assistant to the managing director. So I've been with Sun Pharma now for close to 10 years. And it's been a journey in which I have worked across multiple roles, multiple functions, and in different leadership positions.
What a journey it has been. I have been working with different countries, different functions at that point in time where I worked with our US team, our Europe team, emerging markets, as well as our operations and supply chain teams. I have been fortunate that I got to work with different mentors at that point in time.
I was leading the global new product launches for Sun Pharma, excluding India. And then I was moved to distribution to head India distribution for Sun Pharma. I'm heading the overall distribution based out of Bombay.
COVID at the starting itself, everything was shut down. Everything else other than I think Sun Pharma. At that point in time, I think everyone starting from Dilip Bhai, all the CXOs, all the other senior leaders, even all our employees in manufacturing and its supply chain, all of them, they work towards making it possible that we make the medicines and deliver it to the patients on time. So that's the team spirit which I have seen during the COVID time, and that is something which I think tells me that's the Sun spirit. That is what we work with. How do we make patient come first in everything, whatever we do?
3 years into my tenure at Sun Pharma, I was given the opportunity to lead supply chain transformation project. Now, how many under 30 kids would get an opportunity to lead a supply chain transformation project for a $5 billion company? Not a lot, right? People get a lot of latitude and overall support. People have been able to deliver, and once they have been able to deliver, then a lateral bet, which is a bigger bet, is then taken on people, and then people can deliver and move ahead. So that is the way Sun Pharma invests in people.
Indian pharma industry, as the way we look at it, I think the opportunity is huge for all of us. All India, the growth rate is around 8 to 9% currently. It's going to, I think, grow exponentially only as we see, let's say, the growth happening in terms of consumption as well as the spending power which patients would have in India.
At Sun Pharma, one thing that we are focusing on right now is to set up a process in which we start generating orders for the distributors on our own. So essentially something like an auto replenishment using huge amount of data that we collect from our distributors. Now that is something which was not being done by any pharma company. But now we in Sun Pharma are doing it, and we have always been industry trailblazers. So anyone who joins Sun Pharma's supply chain team would have an added incentive to work on a project which is an industry first, which is changing the way the whole industry's supply chain is looked at, which is changing the way the whole planning at the back end of supply chain is done. At Sun Pharma, we have ensured that we have a team of data scientists who work in collaboration with supply chain, which you won't find in a lot of other companies.
So Sun Pharma started in 1983, 40 years back. In its true sense, it's a global company. 65% of our sales coming from outside of India, with our presence across 100 plus countries. If someone wants that exposure, global exposure, I think that is something which Sun Pharma would be able to provide.
When I joined Sun Pharma, I had no understanding of pharma as a sector. I did not know what a specific drug would do, and I could not even spell those drugs' names. But I was working with the MD and the promoter, Mr. Shangvi. When I would walk up to him, he would take time and pains to make me understand what a molecule would do. I could pick up the phone, talk to the R&D head, understand how is that product manufacturing done. I could pick up the phone and talk to the manufacturing head and understand how the manufacturing operations are run. I could walk down the aisle and have a meeting with the global supply chain head and understand what are the trends that are coming up in the pharma supply chain and how is it different from, let's say, an FMCG supply chain. All those things were very much possible when I joined, are very much possible for anyone who comes in now.
Being successful is something which is there in our DNA. We want to be successful in whatever we are doing. And that is how maybe we have emerged as #1 company in so many years with so much market share.
If someone is working in a marketing role and just creating presentations for business development and business improvement is the business as usual part. Curiosity would mean that the person invests time and effort to know what that product does. Invest time and efforts to understand what the competition is doing with that product. Invest time and efforts to understand what is happening with that molecule, let's say in other geographies. Now, those are not your exact deliverables. But if you invest your time and effort in that, then it allows you to learn skills which can then take your career at a pace or in directions which you would not have imagined earlier. So Sun Pharma places a lot of emphasis on you being curious, you being aware of what you're doing, and you not being guided or governed by the construct of the job description that has been given to you. Look beyond is something that I'll tell to anyone who comes in.